Okay, so welcome to the behind the scenes for the second Minecraft Hunger Games. Where do we start? I guess right after the first Hunger Games video released, a bit after that. Um, Originally back when I was just making the Hunger Games and planning it, the original one, the first one, the 24 player one. It was just planned to be like a one-off thing. There would be like a really big thing. I didn't think we'd be able to like keep having it more than once, but somehow, for some reason, I just decided let's have another one because I enjoyed it so much, and I think everyone who played in it enjoyed it a lot. So I thought let's just have a second one, and here we are. So at first, I didn't really work on the map much in like November or December really. I just like made a few structures. I mainly worked on one biome, which you'll see when I show all the backups of the map. But before that, because most people were away in over the summer, which is December, January in Australia. So we couldn't host the second Hunger Games then. So it got moved back to our first holidays, April. So instead I decided to host another event over the summer, which was the Sanity Games, which is originally an idea I came up with the night of the first Hunger Games. Because I still had the server, so I was thinking, what can I do with it? I should host like a small event for like four districts who like did something in the Hunger Games, who like were kind of robbed in a way. So that was the plan, and there were a few game ideas which I'll get to. So I instead worked on that, and I'll get back to Hunger Games too soon, but until like late January, early February, like I did not work on this map like at all. So I guess I'll quickly show the Sandy Games, what happened with that, why it was such a mess, and then I'll get onto all of the backups of and the making of this Hunger Games 2 map. Okay, the Sanity Games. Alright, so this is just where everyone spawned, and I was below here, which this just has all the commands to teleport everyone to the games and all this other stuff. So originally, when I came up with the idea that one night, the only two ideas for minigames I can remember is this game 2, which you'll see in a second, and another game which didn't end up getting used because I don't know how it was meant to work. I'm so out of breath. Which I don't really know. It was like a bowl thing that everyone would spawn in, and oh no, I guess it was like a vase, and like you had to somehow like escape it while something was trying to stop you, maybe like mobs or something, or another district. I don't really remember how it was meant to work, but I remember something like that. Anyways, the first game. This took so long to make. I spent so long on each of these rooms, and then the game was just over in like 2 minutes. Like this took so long to make, and it like barely got seen or used. The original intention of this game was just each player would like stay inside their area because you get resistance when you're inside your area, and you'd use your bow to like bow down people, and sometimes you'd leave your area to like loot the area because there's like food and like extra items you can use, and then you go back to area and stay safe because if you leave your area you run out of resistance and it's dangerous. But everyone's crazy and they just all killed each other with like melee weapons. I think some people didn't get some items too, so this game was kind of broken. And you didn't see it, but if you go over here, you also get teleported to the other side of your corridor, so it's like endlessly looping. But yeah, that's that game. And then second game, so this was one of the original ideas. So, oh yeah, originally the Sanity games was going to be in teams of 2. I forgot to I kind of mentioned that by saying 4 districts, which each have 2 people. I guess I didn't really say that though. So originally it's going to be in teams of 2, and like each team would spawn in a corner of the map and they'd all have to fight each other. But I ended up just making it solo. And the Warden Pit originally wasn't there, but it was added for some reason. And so yeah, this was one of the original ideas where everyone would just spawn in a corner and they'd just PvP each other in the dark, in darkness, which annoyed people a lot. No, I don't think anyone liked the darkness. Game 3. What's this? Oh yeah, this game. This is a cool game, except I don't think anyone liked it because no one could find the cracked nether bricks. I don't think it's that hard to find. Like, let me try right now. I know they didn't have night vision, but like... They're usually on like the sides of like the structures. And I placed way more right before the actual event than here, so like... Okay, maybe I'm lying, maybe there actually were like none. I can't find any. Is that one? No. Okay, never mind, now I see why no one liked this event. I think it was cool, but yeah, I don't think anyone liked it. I don't think any of these games were that fun, to be honest. Oh. Okay, and then game 4. So this game is inspired by this one level in a mobile game, Spy Mouse, which you can't get anymore because it was never updated to 64-bit devices. And this was completely broken for like, I could never get it to work because basically, we'll just go below here. Initially, these command blocks said teleport TP at P, but because there's multiple pressure plates, you could step on both at once and it would teleport 2 people. So I changed it to at S, I think, which just doesn't even work. So then finally I tried changing it to this, which just teleports everyone. And I never tested that. So during the event, I'll show a clip real quick. Begin. So yeah, that happened. So eventually, I had to like get everyone to leave for half an hour so I could break like every pressure plate except the middle one. Oh no, every command block I broke. Not the pressure plates, but... So... That was annoying. That was dumb. That's why Sanity Games was a mess. And then I guess... the final game. I don't really know that there's much to say here. It was just a weird game with turn-based. I don't know how that. Oh, I guess it was sanity because you couldn't see the other person, but oh no. Anyways, that's the sanity games. That's like a bad event. That's how to not host an event. I don't think I'm gonna do many other, if any, other mini game style events like this because I just don't enjoy them. Like that's why it probably didn't turn out that good. The video took almost a month to edit despite only being 20 minutes long because I just didn't feel like editing it because I didn't like it. Which isn't true for Hunger Games, which is why I like to keep doing those. But yeah, yes, that's the Sandy Games, and I can now go on to the backups for the Hunger Games 2 event. So yeah, I guess just onto that. Okay, the first backup's all the way from February 8th. So it's gonna be mostly stuff I did at the end of 2025, but also some stuff I started in 2026. Like this snow biome I started all in 2026. You can still see most of the map is still the same as it was in Hunger Games 1 with like some structures are still there. All of this is still the same. All these structures are the same. I guess where do I start? Yes, this is what I did at the end of 2025, replacing what was originally part of the giant spruce forest with this dark oak forest. And this giant structure I was on in the first Hunger Games, behind the scenes actually, I was just standing on this structure. And then I also started on this new cornucopia, which is... it's a new cornucopia, I don't know what else to say. Oh, this is a very old version of the underground area. It looks so bad. It's just fill like a percent of it TNT and blow it all up. It looks so bad. Also realized, I don't know why, but in the Hunger Games 1 map, part of some random blocks in the Blackstone are just snow blocks for some reason. I don't know why I did that. And then this structure, I mean, this entire underground area got scrapped, so obviously this structure got deleted with that. And then I guess the other thing I worked on would have been up here with the mountain now being mangrove. This is the only area I feel like didn't really get upgraded from the first Hunger Games map. It's still, if anything, it's worse. It doesn't look that cool. I think all the structures, well, some of the structures from Hunger Games 1 are still here, but this is now... Did this get changed? I guess it must have, I don't know. But this horse got deleted, a glowing zombie horse. And then this Crimson Citadel? Yeah, it's gotta be Citadel, not Citadel, right? Yeah. The structure got made, and yeah, just most of this area is now being remade except for a few structures. And I guess that's the entire first backup. Then on to the next one. Okay. So the entire Blackstone area has been basically removed. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. That's history gone right there. So over those 10 days, it looks like I made the entire snow area, which took a really long time because I guess all the structures inside it were so dense, and there weren't any sort of trees or anything I could just place to make it dense. To fill it up, I mean. And then looks like the main thing I was probably doing was just working on this giant blackstone thing. The giant blackstone island floating above the old Blackstone region, which was definitely the worst area in the original Hunger Games map. And that kind of looks like the only thing I did. I guess I changed some stuff over here. Also, I somehow just forgot to remove this magma arch thing. So it just stayed there in the second map because I just forgot to remove it. And yeah, I think that's like the only thing that changed. The giant underground thing is still here. And actually, I want to check over here. Yeah, there's just this giant way back here in the very corner of the map. You can just jump down. This is in the final Hunger Games, by the way. All the way down, and you can just fall all the way down here. And there's whatever these signs are. And this never got removed, so you could have just jumped all the way down here. And yeah, that is the February 14 backup done. The next backup is from February 21st. Okay, so let's see. At this point, the Blackstone area is finished. And the island's also filled up now. I think a lot of the island didn't actually get explored. I don't think anyone went back here. Top one most secure ancient debris. I don't even remember like a lot of the stuff I placed around the map. I don't think anyone went in any of these structures. Like, I don't remember seeing anyone going here. What's up here? This loot's not even that good. And I don't think anyone went over here either. Oh, that's useless. That's a bug. Fire resistance. And random stuff. I'm kind of lagging. I might lower my render distance. Okay, and then I think the main thing I started on after that was just replacing all the structures in the main spruce forest bits, which, like, just the mangrove, the snow, that took like half a month. So I thought there's a chance I might not even finish it on time because I also had the entire underground area to make. But then I just started making the spruce structures and I realized like I didn't really have to do any work. I just had to place a few structures around the place. I didn't have to. The trees are already all placed from the first Hunger Games. And they'll never actually be what am I saying? and they'll never have to be replaced again. So that's like super useful. And now I remember the main reason I made a backup right here was because when I was trying to replace some of this area with these mycelium blocks, I accidentally made mycelium all the way from there to like -3 or 3. It was one of those. And so I had to, and I didn't have a good backup. So I had to completely refill this area with trees and like delete a ton of these trees and replace them because there were random leaves hanging out. So I think that's why I made the backup here. And yeah, I guess that's that entire backup. Okay, and next, February 24 backup. What am I doing here? This corner of the map. It's only 3 days after the previous one, so yeah, I think the only thing that happened was just placing every single structure down in the spruce forest areas. Except, yeah, I think I was preparing to like replace this entire area here with that, is it taiga biome? I haven't played actual Minecraft in like a year at this point because I've just been building the Hunger Games. And then also, you've probably seen these like black wool, yeah, black wool circles. They're just like where I was planning to have the underground like come out, like the exit and entrance for the underground, which is still like this. So yeah, there's not really much to that backup. Let's just on to the next one. Okay, next backup. February 27th, which is another only 3 days later. Hey, the only thing that looks like it changed is the new taiga biome. Yeah, the nether's all the same. I don't think anything else changed, did it? The underground's still messed up. I guess that is just it. Yeah. Alright. On to the next backup. Okay, the next backup's from March 6th, so... Okay, here we are. Yeah, now the nether's been worked on. That's like almost 2 weeks since the previous one, so of course it has been. So yeah, there's new nether stuff, I don't know what to say. Let's teleport over here. I think for a while I didn't know what to put here until I decided on that random black pyramid, because initially the plan was to have one like significant structure in every corner of, no, in every side of the map. It's like you had the, was it the, I don't know what direction this is. Is it the west, the east, or the, it must be the west outpost. And then you had the Crimson Citadel in this side of the map. The Skull of Infernum on this side of the map, I actually have to speak on that. And then initially this like, I forgot what it's even called. This random crying obsidian thing was going to be the one on this side of the map until I decided on placing the black pyramid here and making that it. And I was also still deciding what to put here. All those bees. And none of this had been replaced at this point, except for this giant area being removed. So the Skull of Infernum. This is actually a base I made back in 2023. It was designed to be a Minecraft base, so that's why it's weird. Like, that's why you use a shovel to fall down this giant hole, and why there's a giant tortoise double column. And initially, this was all raw gold. This was all ancient debris. More raw gold in here. This was all raw gold until it got replaced. And so yeah, that's why it looks like a Minecraft base. That's why there's so many chests in here, because it was going to be a storage area. There used to be item frames on all of these. There used to be a diamond block back there. That's why there's all these normal Minecraft crafting stuff. Furnaces. Originally, oh wait, I can go. I'll look at that in a second. Originally, there were even more anvils and a ton of villages in. I think they were in here. All the villages were in here, with like lecterns and mending and all the good books. There was way more anvils. Like, I think all of the walls were filled with anvils, so I don't know how I would have gotten that legit if I actually used that as a Minecraft base. But that's why I used it here, because it was a giant Minecraft base I made and never used. And it's cool it got to actually be used. Like, it got used a lot during the event. So it actually got used after 3 years. And these stasis don't work. I didn't know that because I never actually used the base. And then yeah, that is the Skull of Inferno. And then I'll get onto the lore book later. Maybe like when I'm done, when I'm onto the final backup. So, wait, is the underground? The underground is still messed up. Okay, next backup, I guess. Okay, the next backup, March 10th. Okay. Oh, it's lagging. I think, yeah, I had the map on night, just set to night for a while because it looked cool. Or something, I don't know. I think I was probably at spawn placing, yeah, the lodestones to all the significant structures. Like that one leads to the Blackstone Pyramid, which should now exist. Yep. Blackstone Pyramid exists, and this floating fishing thing exists. And originally, I was thinking of making this entire area like this Blackstone. That's not Blackstone, basalt area, similar to actual Minecraft, except way less basalt. But it took way too long to just make this, so I just ended up doing whatever this is. And did anyone go down here? I feel like no one did, which sucks because this was like a cool area, I feel like. UV Astros Valley. UV stands for ultraviolet, the geometry ash level. I was still playing it at the time. Astro is the Astro 6-7, a random geometry ash level I made, and Valley, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's that whole entire area. Surely at this point I've worked on the underground. Okay, I guess I just started on it. Getting started on this took so long because I just couldn't get the right shape, the right cornucopia too. Like, I made and broke the obsidian structures in the center so many times because they just didn't look good. But Yeah, I guess that's all that was added at this point, so I guess I'm on to the next backup. The next backup, March 18. Didn't we just do that? Was that March 10? Okay. What's this? Oh wait, that's the original Hunger Games map. Okay. Hunger Games 2. March 18 backup. So yeah, I started working on the underground. Cornucopia exists now, and the underground I'd started on. You've got the exit, the first exit to the underground, all of this random stuff down here, and yeah, I guess that's it. You can now enter the Skull of Infernum from Cornucopia. Yes, that's all cool. You can also now access the Void Hole from Season 1. And I think there's different loot, yeah, there's a diamond block there instead of the Wither Skull that was there in the first season. That no one went to. I guess that's the entire thing that was changed. So yeah, on to the next backup, I guess. In the next backup, and the second last one, April 1st. It's not a troll. Barrier blocks. Yeah, at this point, let's see. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. So the entire underground's basically finished at this point. This blackstone area, making the rest of this blackstone area and making it lead to the surface took so long because I just didn't feel like building because I was so close to finishing, but I still had like 2 weeks to finish the map or something. But I did eventually get it finished, and I don't know why I'm holding oh, I would have been holding barrier blocks because I'm making the podiums. Actually, that makes sense because the console room didn't exist at the time. Where is it? Oh, back here. I don't think anyone went down here, but there was an area down here that just had like a farm, part of an end portal, and some good loot here. Like, yeah, diamonds, netherite upgrade, strength potion, and bad armor, I guess, actually. Yeah, that exists. And that's already like everything. Like, I was just on to the next backup. And now the final backup. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is, right? Yeah. April 10. So this would have just been the backup right before I made the server. And let's see. Yeah, there's just the console room with all the console stuff and the command blocks. So this is the area Menagon and Sui found because I think this funny gave them the coordinates. Lucky I had this button to like remove all the command blocks because like if these still existed, actually they couldn't have done anything. They could have given everyone saturation, but that doesn't do much. This doesn't do anything, and this wouldn't really do anything either. So I guess, yeah, they couldn't really have done much. I forget the netherite block. Yeah, I guess that's probably the only thing. There should be server backups too, actually. I'll go find those. Because then I'll go on to those next. Alright, there we go. I now have the server backups. Yeah, here. April 13. So that was the day of the event. So yeah, nothing really changed. It's just a few random tiny things added in the console room, but the main thing that changed, the game is so laggy, is if I just wait, I should have. Give me a second to go back to where I was. If I go back here, adding elytras to the event. Oh, I forgot. At some point in one of the backups, I would have added all this stuff to the end, but I never showed that. It's not here yet, but adding elytras to the event, like there were 2 on this thing in the middle, and there were 2 notch apples too. It was a last minute addition, so until like only a few hours before the event, there were no elytras. They were just added last minute onto the event. So yeah, that's interesting, I guess. And on to the next backup for after the event. Okay, April 16th. So that's like the day after the event ended. Oh yeah, there's some cut clips from the video which you'll see at some point, which will explain the glowing being put on everyone, and oh yeah, the world border moved in for the ending too. Wait, what's in and what's out of the border? Oh, yeah, this is the inside of the border. Why is it all blue down here? Do I have like night vision or something? Night vision, I guess that's probably it. So yeah, this is how the event ended. Everything's completely ruined. I'm gonna set the weather to clear because I'm lagging so much. Okay, I think no. Slash world border set 800. So now we can just see the entire map destroyed. Actually, I haven't looked around the map after the event much to see what happened. Yeah, this entire thing's just filled with obsidian from people watering it now. This is all burning. The forest is burning. Oh yeah, the tick speed on the server during the event, I probably should have mentioned this. The tick speed on the server was accidentally set, was left to like 100 or something, the random tick speed, when, because usually I'd have it at 100 when I'm building the map, but I accidentally left it at that. So like, things burnt so quickly, which also almost made Stel die at the start. Yeah, I guess there's not much more. Everything's just looted. Why's there stone in here? Okay. And yeah, that's interesting. And I guess I can probably now show the lore books, which the only location, they're probably in my inventory. They're not. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. For a second I thought that was the season 1 structure, but it's not. It's the Skull of Infernum. That's a lot of mobs. Who took the wood? Who even needed that wood? So I remember the lore book. The new lore for the Blackstone region, I think it was. Yeah, the Blackstone region had the lore. There's so many mobs, what? Alright, where is it? Is this? That's the first lore book. The new one. An update from GR Oscillery. I don't know what that means. Decades later, a dark forest grew and replaced the withering spruce forests in the west. Somehow, the dark forest prevented the warped forests from spreading and fighting. The south of the Blackstone region was overrun by a giant sandstorm that completely backed up against the south wall. For a while, it looked like the terror of the warped tree infection was finally passing. And so the warped forests took to the skies and mines. They really are rebellious rascals, aren't they? The state of the Blackstone region is more fragile than ever, and someone really must step in to do something. And with that, I wish our future generations luck. And I don't know how that story's going to continue, because you'll see in a second. Oh yeah, these are... looks like they fixed all but Think This Funny stasis. Sibi Minigon, Think This Funny. That's cool. How did they mine into the area? They mined from here? Wait, what? Where is... Oh yeah, they mined from the Skull of Infernum all the way out to the console room. Okay. What is this? Why is there stuff at Bedrock? Okay, anyways, I guess with that, on to the final backup, which is an important one. Okay, this next server backup from May 8 is like a few days before the server shut down. The reason I'm looking away is because I can't really show what's behind, because it's basically the entirety of an old version of the third Minecraft Hunger Games map, and the thing is, I didn't build any of it because I'm taking a break from building, and Waffle Gaming has taken over. He is going to be building the third Minecraft Hunger Games map, so I can take a break and I can participate. So I'm going to actually be in the third Minecraft Hunger Games, and Waffle Guy is going to be hosting and building the map instead. I got him to send me a few photos to show of the third Minecraft Hunger Games map, which I will put up on the screen now. And I've seen a lot of it. It is looking really good. I think it's definitely on par with the previous Hunger Games maps. So thank you, Waffle Guy. It is looking good. And yeah, I guess that's it. I guess we go back to the aftermath of everything or something. So I'll see you back on the main map. Okay, it has been a bit since I recorded. It was like a few days ago. It must have been like a week ago that I recorded the last part of the behind the scenes. So I'm back. The wait is worth it because I beat Cybernetic Crescent. There's a new hardest in Geometry Dash. So I guess the next thing that happened in the story, I had to edit the video, and editing the video was so annoying. I already had problems editing the first video with lag, but it didn't end up being that much of a problem. But with Windows 11, it is so bad. Editing probably took like 3 times longer just because of how laggy the editor was. I'd open the editor, maybe get like 5 or 10 minutes done, and then with the editor like freezing occasionally, and then DaVinci would just crash and I'd have to restart my computer half the time to get it to load back up. And it was so annoying because I couldn't get the video out for so long because of that. Sometimes my whole screen would freeze for like half an hour and I just couldn't do anything with my computer. Like, it would just completely freeze. No buttons worked, no nothing worked. It was just completely broken. and it was so annoying to edit. But we did get the video out eventually, and this time I made sure not to have a single editing mistake, because in Hunger Games 1 with the 24 players there was one editing mistake. This time I'm happy to say that there were no editing mistakes. I actually went through and fixed everything. Okay, and then exporting the video. Exporting the video took 2 days because my computer, no matter what I did, I made it render at the slowest speed, the fastest speed. I made it render with I tried every single setting, and the video always crashed before even 10% had been rendered and exported. So in the end, I had to download DaVinci Resolve on our family computer, and copy my Hunger Games 2 file onto that computer and export it from there instead. Yeah, then finally the video released after all the lag was so bad. There were actually a lot of random clips I had to cut, so I might actually try to show them. Okay, this first cut clip is it's just a scene I thought was funny when I was editing, where when Jun is chasing Potato and KM, and his teammate Wayne Bob Jr. just kind of says some stuff about Potato. Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny, so I kept it in for a bit, but in the end, I just cut it out because the clip was so long and it didn't really add much, and it was right at the start of the video, so I couldn't really be having long clips like that.
Oh, Potato's bad. He's bad. He's buns.
I'm chasing YXN.
He's like as bad as I am.
Really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Because I've seen him play Marvel Rivals, bro. He's not good at all.
The next cutscenes are just of Superduction and Kitty Master logging on. Since both of them played in the event, but they both logged on way after everyone else had already died, and they just kind of both died. So I ended up just cutting them from the video, but they still feature in the credits. Same with Inflix and Kitty Glory, but by the time I got up to their clips, I'd already decided to just cut out all the players who couldn't make it to the very start and died naturally anyways. Or just didn't even die because they didn't log on for the final fight.
What?
What
Wait.
the hell?
Wait.
Yo, chill.
Wait. It's just let's just stay here. Wait, don't move. Hey, wait, let's just get in this.
Why?
Let me just think about this.
Can you give me some breathing room? I can't break out of here. I can't break out of here.
No, okay, wait, give me that
Give me
pickaxe.
some headroom. Give me some headroom. Oh, chill. Give me some headroom at least.
Give me that pickaxe.
This pickaxe.
Yeah.
Which pickaxe? I don't
Oh,
see any pickaxe.
wait, what
Why am I being mugged? This is like... Here,
Okay.
I'll give you this pickaxe, okay?
Just let's just calm
Give me the
down and just
headroom.
stay.
Bro, chill. Give me...
Okay, give me the pickaxe.
Give me that. Bro, see you later, sucker. I'll log on at like 1 AM. We good. Okay.
The next clip is of Visionary Q. A bit after Clamping Souls died, he set up a thing with the... What was it called this time? The Overseer's Grotto, to make every single player repeatedly get glowing. That was on it. I kind of forgot to make it so you couldn't just do that, so he did it, and I ended up cutting it out just because I wanted it to go straight from Clamping Souls death straight to the final fight, so I ended up having to cut that out.
And the question is, okay, I'm not glowing anymore. Yeah, now everyone's just gonna have infinite glowing. with this OP. Okay, time to like cover this up slightly. But I know it's gonna be sauce.
This next clip is just of Shadow Tracker with Sui. He was with Sui at the time. Spotting Sterling Visionary, and I think he reacted, I don't know, but I had to cut it out just because I think by the time I saw the clip, like I was already like way further into editing the video than when the clips happened, so I just couldn't really include it smoothly at that point, and it didn't matter too much. And then final two clips are both my POV. Initially at the start, I thought I was gonna have to include my POV saying like something like, wow, everyone's been playing it so safe because no one died for the first like few minutes, which is like, we need like an intense beginning. So I was gonna include me saying that to explain why no one was dying, but in the editing, it actually just worked out that XXQO just got chased and died like only a minute into the event in the editing, so I didn't end up having to include that. Everyone's actually playing it so safe. And then this last clip I had in for a short, very short time. It's just of me coincidentally teleporting to Jun as he speared DP8 Van. I just cut it out because it didn't really make sense having my POV appear for like 5 seconds just for this clip, and I think it would have ruined the flow of the video there anyways. Wait, what? Oh no. What was that? And like, I guess that is just the Minecraft Hunger Games 2 behind the scenes. I guess that's it. I guess the second Minecraft Hunger Games is actually like completely over. I didn't know we'd actually be able to have a second one happen, but I guess we did. Thank you to all the 32 friends and players who participated in this event. It's like so cool to have them actually happen, and I guess next time, maybe in a few months, we will have third Hunger Games behind the scenes with Waffle Guy's map and hosting, and I'll still be editing the video. And yeah, I guess that's it. Did we just end the video there? I guess we kind of do. Like, what else is there to say? Oh. I guess that's... Why is my throat so sore right now? Okay, yeah. GG. See ya. The video has now ended. This will not feature in the final video, trust.